Because information gathering is not learning today. Whatever you want, you can find out in few hours. So you don't have to do and learn everything, whatever is available on earth. Just believe in whatever you do. And whatever you do, there must be a better way of doing that.
Hello, all. Welcome to the brand new episode of KM Talks. So, today we have a wonderful gentleman with us all the way from Bangalore. He has been my mentor. It is because of him I started to learn public speaking, and today I'm able to do interviews and do such nice stuff. So, before anything, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, this is the right time to subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, do like this page. And for all the important resources, we will put the links below. To start ahead, we have with us Mr. Dilip S. Jain from Bangalore. Dilip sir is a serial technology entrepreneur, management consultant, and a business coach with more than 20 years of experience in software solutions, business intelligence, analytics, and strategic consulting. Now here is something big. He was the director of C Square Info Solutions, catch this, which got acquired by Reliance Geo last year. Wow, amazing. Currently, he has started a new BI and AI startup, Leap Search. We will put the links of the Leap Search below so you can search and see what they do. And he has a lot of experience in IT consulting in various areas like strategy, sales and marketing, branding, manufacturing, and business process automation. So this is the complete package you need today to say excel in your business life and a startup life. During the last 20 years, he has worked with more than 500 retail, distribution, and supply chain businesses, including SMEs, pharma, textile, automobiles. The list goes on and on. And he is a very good coach and a trainer as well. As I told you, he's been my mentor. He's a business coach, and training is his passion. He's actually a faculty for a national level flagship program of an organization called as Junior Chamber International. And the name of the flagship training program, which happens only once a year, is Academy of Business Leadership and Excellence. So all the viewers out there, hold your breath as I present before you Mr. Dilip S. Jain. Dilip sir, how are you?
Thank you so much, Kunal. So happy to be with you today. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We are glad that you're with us. So this era is completely about automation, technology, all those things which you're actually involved with. I'm really happy that you are with the generation. You have actually adapted to the change. So going by this, in your perspective, what will be the true benefit an entrepreneur as an individual will gain when we talk about technology and automation today?
Okay, Kunal, if you go a few years back, so technology or you say IT was a department in an organization like say HR or finance or marketing or sales or something. So IT was also a department and they were having the work of managing those servers, hardwares, doing some reports or taking care of computers and all. So today IT has predominantly changed. I mean, it is basically the center of a business. Or if you have to put in a perspective, many of the businesses which are running in today, the the whole focal point is just technology. So everything else is built around that. Today, if we talk about most of the startups, now they don't have anything else apart from a technology platform. So that is how the world is moving forward. So gone are those days when we could see it as one of the part of the business. In many of the businesses, it is the business.
Wow. So you mean to say it is no more secondary, it is primary right now. So it has become the foundation of all businesses. So welcome to the world of technology, innovation, and intelligence. So now, why I have one more query, Dilip sir. When everybody is talking about auto mode, everybody wants to put everything into auto mode. There are some already progressive thinkers who are talking about integrating artificial intelligence into business. So, how would you define artificial intelligence and how can we reach that point?
Okay, well, this Kunal, this is a very good question, and in a way, many of the traditional businesses, even whether they have used it or not, but they do have a fear, especially with all these multinationals coming in India or Indian homegrown multinationals who, in a way, have disrupted the businesses in every area you could talk about today. Now, very interesting question you asked for. Like, okay, some have already integrated technology, and then some have already gone to the next level, which is artificial intelligence and all. In principle, if you see, it's all about the maturity of the organizational process automation, and it all gets defined in by two ways. One is by the market demand, and second
Okay.
is by what is the necessity this particular organization has for doing that. I mean, like if you see today, many of the traditional businesses, say for example, you have a textile showroom or automobile shop or maybe some restaurant or anything as such, they have been running for ages, generation, with their own set processes where they open the shop at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, close by 9 o'clock, and they do their business. They do packing, dispatching, everything happens. Then there are some businesses which have become semi-automatic in a nation. Like what are all the things which can be automated? They've already automated, but there still the human intervention is there,
Yes.
where the things are done by humans, but they are automated through technology.
Okay.
And then these new companies or new age startups, you could say new age companies, who could say, who which are completely dependent on technology to decide everything. For example, today if you talk about these online marketplaces and all, there is nobody sitting there who is actually deciding which parcel to be shipped at what time, and then the customer gets a notification, okay, you will receive this material at this time. This whole thing is done through technologies we could call any name, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, or so many things are there. But the focal point is these computers or machines are applying their own intelligence through two ways. One, by learning from the past experience, and the second is doing some probability calculations to figure out, okay, this is what the probable outcome would be, and they are able to do on your own. The classic example today, if you have to understand simply, is you open Google and you're able to see, okay, what time you'll reach at a particular place. So there is nobody who is actually finding out, okay, what is the traffic and all. It is all happening automatically. So this is going to happen more and more. And what I see is this will not be only for these big companies, even the smaller companies will be able to utilize all these technologies, because all these technologies will be available at a very rational cost now.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of progression for each company in which stage they are at this moment.
As you speak about rational cost, I believe that the return is always high. We use technology. Earlier, it was very tough for us to navigate, and now it's like without navigation we cannot survive. Uber, Ola, everything. It has actually come into our nervous system. Wonderful. So let me dig something
So,
deep with you. Let me dig something deeper with you. I get to listen that your company was acquired by Reliance Jio, the big thing. So do you want to talk about it? How was the experience?
yes, I mean, like it's been a great journey for us. I mean, like C Square, which started in 2002, and been associated with this organization from that time. And we have been very passionate about this whole pharma ecosystem.
Okay.
Even if you say pharma, you talk about a small retailer who could be next door to you. Many of our customers are there in Mysore also today.
Oh wow.
Uh, the distributor to C&F agent to manufacturing companies, organizations, and so the whole ecosystem. We had the software solution for everybody. And if you talk about in terms of the automation, what we did across India with our solutions has been phenomenal, and it's been a very great experience for all of us at C Square, that our hard work of last so many years was recognized by a company like Reliance, and indeed they saw a great value in us, and it has been acquired last year in March. So now it is inside the Geo ecosystem independently. We are working much more ahead with more broader solution with the expertise of Reliance, and definitely the strength of C Square team as such.
Wonderful. If you want to know more about what Dilip sir is doing, I will be putting his link, okay, his page link, his website link, and all below this, and you have to check it out. See how whatever he's talking is reality. This we have to face it. At least say 6 months down the line, 8 months down the line, it will become a part of our system. So why not make it a part of system before anybody else makes it? The first mover advantage, basically. So going ahead. So, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, as a coach, you might be mentoring a very new students and new people. So, I feel that learning is a continuous process. Okay, So why do people stop learning after a point of time? What is it that they feel that no, I don't want to learn anything new and let me be stagnant now? Why do you feel that is happening?
I don't know. I mean, like it could be two reasons. One would be it's a pure lethargy. They start thinking like whatever I've learned that should be enough for them, and just let me just continue with that. Or something could be like, okay, how much will I learn now? Because see, today's era, it's very different. The learning is very subjective now. Because information gathering is not learning today. Whatever you want, you can find out in few hours. So you don't have to do and learn everything whatever is available on earth. But having said that, what is important is learning how to learn is very crucial now.
Wow.
Because today if you talk about whatever information you want, you can search in Google and find out. But the question is, do you know how to search better in Google is a very important question. So that
Okay.
could be one way of learning, because there are various techniques of searching the right information on Google. So anything you talk about today, the information or like learning span or like the time which people have for learning has drastically reduced compared to earlier times where people had a dedicated time spent on reading books or attending some seminars, courses, have a continuous learning. So the method of learning has become completely different. And what I believe is you also have to have your own way of what is important for you and how you allocate your time.
Yeah.
But there is no alternative for not learning anything, because everything is available on Google. What is available in Google is information. And information is just like you know or you don't know. But wisdom or intelligence is something which actually through experience only it can come. So you know something, you have applied that somewhere, and if that application translates into something which has been experienced by you, then it becomes wisdom. That is
Wow.
something which is very much required.
So information transforms into knowledge. With that knowledge, you apply. Application makes you have experiences, and with those experiences, you share wisdom. That is what you mean to say, is it? Like.
In my way.
So yeah, we are having a
Yes.
nice time with you. Thank you so much. So coming down to coaching and training, because I feel you have got a lot of experience, and I think you have a lot of teachable stuff with you. So can you give us, so okay, by the way, if you haven't subscribed now, this is the right time, because there is some value addition for you all. So like, subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. Now can I ask you 5 transformational opportunities in digital world right now? 5 transformational opportunities.
Five transformational opportunity for the businesses. Okay, let me just put forward some few forward-looking things in a way. See, one thing is there is whatever has been happening, the traditional businesses will always remain. So I'm not discounting that like okay everything is going to change and the old businesses will stop and all, because this is something which has been uh, fed by many different maybe media and all कि like जो भी business पुराने हैं वो नहीं होंगे. What have to happen is you need to change your approach. Only the traditional approach when the market has moved forward will not work. Let me just give an example. The tourism business is there. The taxi business, forget about this corona for some time. But the taxi or renting the taxi or buses and all, they all are remaining as they were 20 years back. But what has changed is how you book those taxis. What has changed is how you book those tickets or how do you operate those buses. So the way the business is happening will change, and every businessman has to adopt to the new changes which are happening in the market. The first thing is every organization, every individual at his capacity should start a digital transformation journey as to how he can transform his business or individual, like what Kunal you're doing in now. Is somewhere like you have been a great trainer, coach yourself also. You have been inspiring so many people all across. And during this lockdown period, you have taken this digital route also to try inspire them. So Kunal remains same, but the method has changed.
Wow.
So at every business, we need to have this transformational journey where we are able to change ourselves of what is happening. Number one. Number two, more and more connected businesses will emerge. When I say connected businesses, it is called as you could say omni-channel or hyper-local businesses. So what does that mean? Is in simple terms, I'm not complicating with the jargon. Is next door kirana shop, or it could be anybody who is selling some groceries or milk or textiles, who is having a physical store. will get connected with all these online marketplaces. Till now, we had many of the big marketplaces like Amazon, Flipkart, and all, who were actually some people, some sellers were onboarded and they were selling in. But see what has happened with the hotel industry. Every hotel you talk about is on GoIbibo or Mike My Trip or anything you call it. So there is nothing called as only big chain are there. So same thing is going to happen with every business. When I say every business, means every business. Literally, it may take 1 year. Some businesses may 3 months. Some businesses may take 2 years or 10 years also. But all the businesses will get connected with this larger ecosystem where people will be able to do business online as well as physical also. So today, if you walk into a hotel, they will give you a room, or you can go to Make My Trip and book the hotel, and then also you can go, or you can go through any travel agent also. So different channels to do the same business will emerge, and this is what something as an entrepreneur we need to figure out. Like, are we present on those different channels? Third thing is the artificial intelligence, or you could call as machine learning, and all these technologies, where human intervention will be reduced, and more of these machines, robots, and you don't know what exactly the software piece will come, where they will be able to actually do the decisions, they will be able to do the customer support and do the business. Like chatbots are there, where there is no human person, but you ask a question and there is answer which you're receiving. Video technologies are coming in, voice technology has have grown phenomenally now. So all these things will emerge, and they all will converge together. I mean, it won't be separate. Like today, if you talk about text is separate from voice, from video or something, everything will join together. And all these benefits will be available to common man. This is what I've been telling in the beginning also. It's not for big companies. All these technologies will be available to the smaller businesses through something. As you buy today a Tally or some accounting software, like that, you will be able to buy all these services also for your business. It's just a time which will tell. But every business will have, as I told, like I've already mentioned, like they will have multi-channel businesses coming in. Many new remote businesses will emerge now.
Okay.
So at least with this corona staying for some more time, and what will happen with this larger time span? If it was a crisis for 2 3 months, 4 months, then habit wouldn't have changed. But as it is going to, I'm just assuming that it is going to be there at least for at least next 9 months to a year. So in a year, a lot of habits of many of the consumers will change. The businesses will disrupt, or they will come out with newer ways of reaching out to customer, providing the services and all. So many new off-site business models will emerge. Today, if you see even the colleges and school, at least in Bangalore, all the schools and colleges have started their regular teaching. They are taking the attendance, they are giving the breaks, as if they are doing the regular training, they are able to do it. And if it goes well, and if the technology becomes much more stronger, and the teachers and students are able to adapt, then the way teaching has been happening for generations together will itself change.
Okay.
So, so this is going to happen in almost every business. Wherever you have more of on-site contact, may get converted into virtual connect wherever it is possible.
Wow. Oof, that was a load of gyan. It will take time for us to process it.
Indeed.
Also. Seriously,
True.
technology is something beyond the world. It is a universe in itself. So how much ever we explore, I think it is going to benefit us more and more for the business. And I think we have to do that. And as you told, having multiple channels of doing business, in the same manner, I feel there should be multiple streams of income for the same business as well. So we have to diversify in the same time, because online it is giving us so many opportunities as well. So with this
Very true.
yeah so with this I know that you're a serial technology entrepreneur. Now this makes me feel that you're like the Usain Bolt of technology. So can you just tell me what is serial technology entrepreneur and tell me about your company as well, please.
Okay, I come from a very humble background, Kunal, like because I'm not from Bangalore and having a techie background and all. Indeed, I studied in the Hindi medium with a traditional Marwadi family, doing very good in textile business. So we were very happy go, lucky family people in Chitradurga doing, we had 2 3 shops and we were doing in there. So it all started in the college time, where actually we brought one computer for our shop and we tried to automate that. And it took at least 6-8 months for us to like automate our shop. And what happened is Chitruga being a small place there, some people recognized me when I was studying in the college. And second and third and fourth, so 2-3 people still ask like, okay, why don't you computerize our shop also, or automate our accounting and all. After doing 2-3, from the fourth one, actually they started paying me also.
Oh,
So this became my first business way back when I was studying in, say, I think could be around 17 years, 18 years, could be my age, I don't know. So in a way, in a month I was automating 2 or 3 shops, and a lot of good pocket money, as well as starting running my own business started at that time. So go to Bangalore, buy some computers, and install, train those businesses and run them. So that's how it started. And this translated into having a next gen system as a company before I got over from the college. And it was in my garage itself, in my textile shop, where actually I was doing it. And I had almost 60 or 65 customers by the time I graduated from
oh,
college. And then textile business was running in. So I was not having much interest. So the family decided to let us, because we had our own different shops and all available. So we created the first uh, computer hardware and software company, I would say, which was called as Next Gen IT Solutions, which was in 2002.
okay.
And Next Gen IT Solutions has been there for 5-6 years, where we cater to all the 4-5 districts of Chitruga, Davangere, Shimoga, both the softwares and hardwares. It was a good team. 2008, we stopped Next Gen IT Solutions, and I came full time into C Square. Earlier, I was managing C Square from Chitruga itself in all those areas until because I was there associated with C Square from 2002 itself. So the second stint was in C Square as a director for having the business, and I was taking care of sales, marketing, and lot of the stuff. So another 7-8 years journey there. In between 2014 times, we started one more initiative, which was more to do with consulting and doing digital transformation of large organizations, I would say. So where we provided software solutions and consulting and all. Then one more company which was started is Next Gen IT, Next Gen Business Solution. It's a Next Gen name which was there.
Yeah.
And again, we started Next Gen Business Solution, which was purely into consulting. C Square got acquired, and now we are working on one more company called Leap Surge Business Innovations. And this is purely into analytics and BI, AI, data, big data, and all. So in a way, it's been a great journey with different phases of my life in last 20 years, working on different stuff. So I don't know. This has been what has been.
Highly inspiring. That is what your experience can be seen in your wisdom as well, the way you talk and the way you present. I am really like highly inspired. Maybe I'll also try doing something new, and I'll also try taking risks as you took risks. That was a nice leap. So yeah, coming down, I know you as my mentor because of public speaking skills. So you were the one who taught me public speaking and everything. And now when I connect public speaking, everybody thinks that public speaking is just going onto the stage, talking in front of public, and getting some keynote address, and you get some claps and you come down. But I feel public speaking has a very broader horizon as well. So why how can we relate public speaking to business world or for businessmen?
As I said, like information does not have much meaning because everybody has the information, but how we are able to uh, convey that information to others, or how you are able to inspire with your thought, is something very central to public speaking, I would say. And what could be a better medium than able to use your voice to inspire or communicate and make people do action. So in leadership role, anywhere in the anywhere in business world, if you don't have this public speaking skill with you, definitely you are losing a very big piece of yours, because you cannot come in front. You might be a good background worker, but when it requires to be with the people, or if you have to inspire people or communicate them, delegate them, or take them together and all, this becomes a lot more easier if you're able to have a command on your voice and you're able to communicate forward. So it's in my opinion, this is the most important skill any leader should have as he is entering into this business world.
Wow, wow. So everybody out there is either a thought leader or a transformational leader or a business leader. So all of them need to be equipped with public speaking skills. So go today and start working on it. So if you haven't liked and subscribed, go to the button, red button on the YouTube and the like button on the Facebook and do it right now. And we have Dilip sir's all the information below, so you can check that. So we'll be having a ending conversation. So on the ending note, my final question to you, Dilip Bhaiya, would be, how do we balance work and normal life? See, everybody has this problem, work life balance, and what would be your final message to all our viewers out there?
I don't balance work or life or something. So it's both. I think both are same. I mean, like you are able to interchange both of them, especially the way I see it.
Okay.
And I have been fortunate enough to be associated with so many wonderful people around me, wonderful friends, people in various organizations, and family and all. So there is no balancing. Just go on doing whatever is coming in front of you, and you just prioritize that. And what is important at that moment, just go on doing that. That's how like I follow instead of worrying about much. Like okay, let me take a calendar in the morning and plan my everything. I only plan the things where I have a commitment with somebody else. Suppose
Oh,
if I have to have Kunal, where actually we have a conversation, so that has to be planned because I must respect the other person. But as far as my work is concerned, I just go by the priority and not with a calendar or schedule or something that at this time you have to do this and all. That's something which I have been following. Uh, it has been philosophy. Like you asked that question earlier, also keep learning or should people stop and all. This one thing which has not gone from me all these years, I could say, is at least learning something new every day, no matter what happens. So I extensively use reading, or I would say now more of watching the videos, TEDx, or maybe YouTube. I have a specific my subject matter channels which actually I study, and that has been one thing which I have never stopped doing it. And the final message, as you asked me, I would say always believe in whatever you do, and whatever you do, there must be a better way of doing that.
wow. There must be a better way of whatever you do. This is like wonderful, wonderful thought. So viewers, this is it for today. Thank you for coming down to KM Talks and listening to wonderful Mr. Dilip Jain. So Mr. Dilip Jain, now I would request you to ask our viewers to subscribe and like, and let us say goodbye to them.
Thank you so much, Kunal. And indeed, Kunal has been a wonderful person himself. Is doing a lot of great things and all. And I'm sure you will benefit a lot being part of his channel and subscribing him and doing it. Thank you so much, Kunal, and wishing
Thank
you
you.
all the very best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much. See you all soon in the next edition.